Alright, so we're going to make some special slides from scratch to go over this video. I'm not going to worry about the video stuff right now. I'm just going to show you the slides. So we're going to go into Photoshop rather, and I'm going to hit Create New, and this little thing's going to pop up. Here's what we're looking for our slides, for our screens. I'm going to change the unit of measure to pixels. 1280 by 720. I'm going to use artboards. I'm going to make sure the color mode is set to RGB. You want to make sure that that is how it's set up for anything that stays on screens. It doesn't go to print. You can change it after the fact, but sometimes it can get a little squirrely. So it's best to just make sure you're in the right thing beforehand. Everything else looks pretty good. Again, make sure artboards is checked because we're going to do multiple of these. I'm going to hit Create. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Excuse me. And this is a really pretty simple graphic that I'm going to make here, just so that I can show you some stuff. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of it. Just do a black screen with some simple writing on it. To change the color of my background, I'm going to go to my rectangle tool here and just pull one out. And I'm just going to put some text in it. You see how the text here, when I bring it over this shape, it's got the little circle around it. And we don't want that because it's kind of goofy for layouts. And the reason it's doing it is because it's seeing this as an active, shape. And so to stop that, we're going to rasterize this so it just acts like a basic background. I'm going to come over here to the layer and right click on it and hit rasterize. Now when I bring my text tool over it, it's just a normal text tool. So I'm going to click on it to type. My type color is white. I'm already in Gotham Ultra, but I want to go in just regular Gotham. Text here, and I'm just going to say last week at R2. Now, it came out all caps. I don't want it all caps. My caps lock is not on. The reason that's like that is because it's set up in my properties here. But that's not the easiest way to do it. The easiest way to do it is click here. Sorry, in my character thing, and you see that all caps is turned on here. So I can turn that off, and it'll go lowercase, which is what I want in this particular case. I can also change fonts and all that kind of stuff in here, but I'm going to sort of like where we are right now. I'll add just an ellipsis. All right, so real simple thing here. I'm going to go down here to where it says Artboard 1. This stack in my layers is everything's on this artboard. And I'm just going to rename it Title. Okay, so that way when I save the file, it'll pop up that way. All right, now, and the reason I did artboards is because I want to do multiple slides like this. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to go to my artboard tool. I'm going to hold down the Alt button. See, when I hold down Alt, the cursor here changes. Whenever I see that double cursor and I'm holding down Alt, that means that I can anything I drag will make a copy of. If I make a copy of an artboard, you'll see that everything that's on that artboard comes with it, right? This is great for things like slides where I'm doing multiple versions of something. So let's just say here, I want this to say Pastor Jason Goins. Okay, I'm just doing this as a quick for instance here. Go back to my move tool so I can straighten that up. See, it gave me some nice guides. That's nice. I'm going to change this from title to Jason. Okay, so this is a quick one, just to show you how this whole thing's going to shake down. When I'm done, let's say I make another one of these. And I'll just go ahead and make it silence, just so that we've got three things, right? Okay, so I got three just to make it. I'm going to change the name of this from Jason Copy to silence. And I'll show you in just a second why we go through the trouble of renaming our artboards. All right, so what I'm going to do is now I'm done. Theoretically, I'm going to file. I'm going to hit Save As, which is Shift Command S, or you can come down here, and it's right there. Obviously, grayed out because it's opened up. And I'm going to save the PSD, the Photoshop file. It's special slides. Okay, saving the PSD, desktop, save. All well and good, right? Good deal. And if you see, you can look over here on my desktop, and there are special slides that we just saved, right? But that's the Photoshop file that we can't use for anything. So what we want is we want the JPEGs or the PNGs that we can use for anything. So we're going to go to File, Export, and then export artboards to files. Okay, so what this will do is it'll take all these three and it'll create three separate files that then we can use here. Okay, things to pay attention to here. Right now I have one artboard selected, so by default it's just going to export that one. We want to export all of them, so I'm going to take that off. So now it'll send all of them out. And then the file type, PNG or JPEG. A lot of times it doesn't matter, sometimes it does. In this case it doesn't, so I'm just going to leave it as PNG. You've got a bunch of other options in here that you'll really probably never use. So anyway, there we go. And then I'm going to hit Run. And it's going to do weird things. Things are going to flash, and then I'm going to get this artboard successful. And now you'll see that if I come down here, I've got special slides. I've got special slides PNG, PSD that we had. But then I've also got special slides JSON, special slides silence, and title. So it takes those names for the artboards and puts those in the final file. So now I'm good to go. If I want to, I can put them all in one folder. And there we go. You guys are awesome. Talk to you later.